So, name of the subject, as you know, is fabric structure. And when we are talking about fabric here, because different type of fabrics already you have studied in third semester, like woven fabrics, knitted fabrics, felted fabrics, non-woven fabrics. There are so many types of fabrics uh, existing in the market or are produced in the market by different methods. And most of the diploma students already have studied this subject, so they know about these things in a better manner. But still, we will go with the pace or go with the speed of regular students who are studying this subject first time. So sometimes it may be that diploma students may feel that we are going very slow, but because we have to uh, clear the concepts and fundamentals of all the regular students, and that will be revision for you. Please don't mute when it will be required. I will ask you, only then you have to mute. Otherwise, don't mute, because it will disturb the class. It will break the rhythm. It will break the flow, and that will be a loss for you, not for me. So a particular decorum and discipline is required if you want to learn this subject. And please don't disturb other students also. If you are not interested, you can leave the class. But if you are in the class, it means you have to remain sincere, alert. And I have already mentioned through Rahul that you should have some register or notebook, so that whatever I am dictating you or whatever I am explaining you, you can take the notes simultaneously. So it is not just to listen the what I am speaking, you have to note down the things also. Either I am dictating or just I am speaking. Try to take the notes simultaneously, and wherever you need, I have to decrease my speed, I have to reduce my speed, or I have to repeat something, you can ask me. You can unmute and just ask me if there is some confusion. But don't leave any question or any query in your mind. Ask, please ask, because we are dealing with the basic concepts from the first class. And at least I have already mentioned, at least 10 classes we will take for basic fundamentals or these basic concepts, so that everyone should learn or know very well thoroughly about the basic concepts. And that will be useful, very, very useful throughout the subject, or even after in your jobs if you are placed in designing department or even other department, because a person working in production or working in processing or working in fiber or yarn division, they should have the knowledge of fabric parameters. Fabric parameters are equally important for all the persons working in textile industry. So it is useful for all the students, but basically or more important for the students who want to pursue their career in designing. So we are again coming to the topic. The name of the subject is fabric structure. And here we are dealing with the fabric that is woven fabric. So can anybody tell me the definition of woven fabric? Aryan? I will ask someone specially. If I am telling a name, then that student have to unmute and try to answer whatever he or she knows. Aryan Shethia.
Yes, sir.
इससे मुझे मालूम नहीं पड़ेगा कि आप क्लास में हैं, फेक अटेंडेंस नहीं दे रहे हैं आप. Aryan, do you know something about weaving or woven fabric? Aryan?
Yes, sir.
Do you know something about weaving or woven fabric? If don't know, say no, so that we have not to waste the time.
No, sir.
Okay. Any other student, any one student except diploma. What is weaving or what is woven fabric? Either weaving or woven fabric, whatever you know about the weaving or woven fabric. Any student from non-diploma, regular students. Okay, leave students. What is weaving or what is woven fabric? Leave students.
Weaving is the process of interlacement of warp and weft.
Very good, very good. It is not very difficult definition. Weaving is the process in which warp threads are interlaced with weft threads. Are you getting this point? So you can note down, this is a very important definition which will give us many more definitions. We can get out many definitions from one definition. So please note down it. सबके पास pen paper है? To note down, weaving is the process in which warp threads are interlaced with weft threads to produce woven fabric, WOVEN, woven fabrics on a machine called loom. On a machine called loom. Kajal? Kajal,
Yes, sir.
can you please repeat?
Weaving is the process in which warp thread interlace with weft threads to produce woven fabric on a machine called loom.
Yes, very good, exactly. मैंने repeat इसलिए करवाया है, किसी ने अगर note नहीं किया हो तो आप note कर लें. So weaving is a process in which warp threads are interlacing with weft threads, or warp threads are also known as ends. So you can say it's a process in which ends are interlacing with picks. Warp threads are interlacing with weft threads. That is right also. Or you can say ends are interlacing with picks. That is also correct. Both are the same thing. To produce, इनके इंटरलेसमेंट से कुछ प्रोड्यूस होता है, उस प्रोडक्ट को हम क्या बोलते हैं? वूवन फैब्रिक. Woven fabric. When we are talking about interlacing, it means it is woven fabric. When we are talking about interlooping, it means it is knitted fabric. So there is basic difference, and that is the most important. So you should be very specific. When the warp threads are interlaced with weft threads, means when interlacement is happening between two series of threads. One series is warp, another series is weft. When these two series of threads are interlacing with each other, they are producing a product which is known as woven fabric on a machine. जिस मशीन पर ये प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है, उस मशीन को हम बोलते हैं weaving machine, or you can add, it is also known as loom, L-O-O-M, loom. So loom and weaving machine are the same thing. Weaving machine is a general term, loom is a specific term. So in this way we can define weaving. Now from this definition you can generate or you can create 2-3 more definitions. Another is, if it is asked what is woven fabric, then your answer will, you can compose the answer from the same definition. If it is asked what is weaving, मैंने आपको लिखवा दिया है. If it is asked what is a woven fabric, इसका definition इसी definition में थोड़ा सा changes करके बनेगा. Woven fabric is a product which is produced by interlacement of warp and weft threads on a machine called loom. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then another definition is what is loom or what is weaving machine? Can anybody define? Except diploma. First answer will be from non-diploma students. If non-diploma students cannot answer, then chance will go to diploma students.
The machine where pick ends and picks are interlaced.
Yes. The machine on which warp threads are interlaced with weft threads or ends are interlaced with picks, that machine is known as weaving machine or loom. So 3 definitions we have covered in one definition. One is weaving, another is woven fabric, that is a product. Weaving is a process, woven fabric is a product, and weaving machine is a machine. Loom is a machine. Woven fabric is a product which we are using. We are using shooting fabric, shirting fabric, saris. All these are examples of woven fabrics. So it's a product which we are purchasing from the market, which is produced on the machine, that is known as loom. And this whole process is known as weaving. So weaving is a process, woven fabric is a product, and this loom is the machine. So these three definitions we have covered within one definition. So it should be clear. Another thing which we have covered, what are the ends and what are the picks? End means a single warp thread is known as an end, E-N-D. Spelling is E-N-D. So a single thread of warp is known as an end. And a single thread of weft is known as a pick, right? So warp threads are ends, weft threads are picks. Warp threads and weft threads are interlacing to produce woven fabric on a machine called loom, or ends and picks are interlacing on a machine called loom to produce woven fabric. So all are the same things. Whatever the language, whatever the words you want to use, you can use. I'm covering all the terminology. So whatever you can remember or whatever you like, you can use that terminology. So it should be clear, all these three definitions, and what is an end, what is a pick. So total 5 definitions we have taken. Another definition, which is the most important definition, that is weave, W-E-A-V-E, comes from weaving. Can anybody define weave? The difference is, the definition will come again from the same definition. Only difference is weave, or you can say design. This is an order, or it is a pattern, or it is a scheme. It's an order in which warp threads are interlaced with weft threads. What is the definition of weave? Please note down. The order in which warp threads are interlaced with picks, with weft threads. If you are using warp threads, it will be better we use weft threads. Or it is an order in which ends are interlaced with picks. Means how the ends and picks are interlaced with each other. Means in which order they are interlaced. By the interlacement of ends and picks, we are producing fabric. But by taking a particular order, we are producing a fabric with a particular weave. So we can produce many fabrics with different weaves. Weaves means with different interlacing orders. And that is the main part of our subject, fabric structure. We are going to study about the weaves, different type of weaves. And these weaves are known as structure. And kiska structure? Woven fabric ka. That's why the subject name is fabric structure. Structure means arrangement of the constituent parts of anything, like human body structure. It means how the human body parts are arranged with each other to function and to perform a particular job. Like when we are eating, हम जब कोई food लेते हैं, तो food को पचाने के लिए मुंह में लेने के बाद से क्या-क्या process start होता है. In that, many parts are involved. They are synchronized with each other. They are working with parallel to each other so that the food can be absorbed. We can get the nutrients and the food can be, the remaining part, wastage part can be excreted. So that is a whole system, that is a body structure. Similarly, molecular structure. Molecular structure means how the molecules are arranged. Similarly, here we have fabric structure. And because already in the definition we have taken, what are the constituent parts of fabric? Whenever I'm saying fabric, it means it is woven fabric. You have to understand throughout the class. Fabric means I'm talking about woven fabric in this subject. So what are the constituent parts of woven fabric? Ends and picks, or warp threads and weft threads. So how the warp threads and weft threads are arranged. And here for arrangement, we have a particular word with reference to woven fabric, that is interlacement. So we are getting the definition, how the warp threads and weft threads are interlaced. Means in which order warp threads and weft threads are interlaced with each other, that order is known as weave. And by changing this order, a slight change in this order will produce a new view. So in this way, we can produce thousands of views or thousands of designs by changing the order of interlacement of warp and weft. Getting the point? Aryan? Urvashi, getting
Yes,
the point?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now think about a fabric. आपने फैब्रिक पहन रखा है सबने, शूटिंग, शर्टिंग, whatever, सलवार सूट्स और whatever it is. If it is woven fabric, और नहीं तो आपके घर में तो हो गई, गर्ल्स हैं तो पापा मम्मी, या डेनिम तो आजकल सब पहनते हैं. डेनिम इज अ वेरी पॉपुलर एग्जांपल ऑफ वुवन फैब्रिक. सो डेनिम तो सबने पहना हुआ है. तो आप एक बार विजुअलाइज करें कि वुवन फैब्रिक में क्या आपको समझ में आ रहा है, कि जो फैब्रिक आपने पहन रखा है वो क्या है एक्चुअली. आपको इस डेफिनेशन से समझ में आ रहा है, वुवन फैब्रिक की डेफिनेशन से, कि ये प्रोडक्ट है जिसमें दो सीरीज है, वार्प थ्रेड्स एंड वेब थ्रेड्स, और वो एक दूसरे से इंटरलेस हो रहे हैं, और इस इंटरलेसमेंट की वजह से वो एक दूसरे से जुड़े रहते हैं, और जब आप उसको यूज करते हैं, पहनते हैं, तब भी वो अलग नहीं होते हैं, एक साथ कनेक्टेड रहते हैं. दिस इंटरलेसमेंट इज बॉन्डिंग द थ्रेड्स विद ईच अदर, and that's why we are getting a final product, and then we are using it as a very end uses like that: shooting, shirting, toweling, your curtains, domestic uses, industrial uses, many types of uses. Technical, non-technical, these other technologies like technical textiles and all these are examples of fabrics, but some are the examples of woven fabrics, some are based on other categories of fabrics. So अगर आपने अपने वुवन फैब्रिक को अगर विजुअलाइज किया है तो आप देखेंगे उसमें दो सीरीज हैं, एक वर्टिकल थ्रेड्स और एक हॉरिजॉन्टल थ्रेड्स. एंड वर्टिकल थ्रेड्स आर interlaced with horizontal threads in a particular order, and that particular order is deciding the weave or design of the fabric. And that in this subject we are going to cover different type of weaves, because some particular structures, some particular orders are given a particular name. Some particular orders are given particular names. Like whenever we know the name of a person, we call them like Alok Kumar, Rahul Vishnoi, or Gaurav Maheshwari. But when I don't know, these names are not displayed on the board, then I will say students, or any student, like maybe girl or maybe boy. तो हम general term use करते हैं. तो weave is a general term, but some specific orders are having particular names. Like if you have heard, it's a plain weave, it's a twill weave, satin weave. These all are having some specific orders. So whenever you say, like I say Garvit Gupta, there will be image. आपके सामने एक particular face आएगा जो लोग जानते हैं उसको. When I say Sasank Seni, तो आपके सामने एक image आएगा. So it means अगर मैं कहता हूँ कि plain view, and if you know about that, when you will learn about it, आपके दिमाग में एक interlacing order आएगा कि this is plain view. तो इसके according हमने उनका nomenclature किया हुआ है, नाम दिया हुआ है कि अगर ये order है तो it is plain view. अगर ये order है, it is twill view. If ये order है, satin. These are three basic views: plain, twill, satin. And many more views we will study in this subject, like Hakabek, Moplino, derivatives of plain view like Hopsek, rib structures, or derivatives of twill view like herringbone, wave twill, transpose twill, combined twill, many derivatives of twill view. Similarly, developments or derivatives of satin view like Venetian, buckskin, lambskin. So many more developments, many more views we are going to study in this subject. Specific thing, the thing which you have to learn here is every view is having its definite order. एक definite order का एक particular नाम है. जैसे आप किसी भी को हमने एक नाम दिया हुआ है कि like this is तेजवेंद्र सिंह, तो तेजवेंद्र सिंह का नाम आते ही आपके दिमाग में उसका आएगा. उर्वशी, आपके दिमाग में उसका पूरा इमेज, पूरा पिक्चर, पूरी पर्सनैलिटी आपके दिमाग में आएगी. सिमिलरली आपको व्यू के बारे में बताते ही आपको, अगर आप लर्न कर लेंगे तो आपको व्यू के बारे में आइडिया मिलेगा. राइट? सो दिस व्यू, to get a particular view, what we are doing, and where we are doing, where we are playing to get a particular view, and that is weaving machine on which we are playing to get a particular interlacing order. So here I will try to revise your one topic which you already studied in fabric manufacturing first, that is about weaving, and already you have studied, I think you have studied the process of weaving, like the motions of weaving. It's the primary motions, secondary motions, and auxiliary motions. Is it covered in third
Yes.
semester?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Like
Yes,
what are the primary motions? Just a minute. Gaurav Maheshwari.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What are the name of primary motions? प्राइमरी मोशन क्या होता है, उसमें क्या क्या आता है प्राइमरी मोशन में? अगर नहीं आता है तो आप नो करें, मैं कोई आपको चेक नहीं कर रहा हूँ, जस्ट वांटेड टू नो कि आपने कितना पढ़ा पिछले सेमेस्टर.
No, sir.
Then again here actually no, आर्यन, जो नाम मुझे दिखाई देगा उसी का नंबर ज्यादा आएगा. कुणाल. कुणाल.
No, sir.
चलो, जो नॉन डिप्लोमा स्टूडेंट्स में से कौन बताएगा what are the primary motions?
सर प्राइमरी मोशंस में शेडिंग, पिकिंग और बिटिंग आता है.
Very good. Primary motions are the essential motions in which three motions are included. First is shading, second one is picking, and third one is beating up. Shading means dividing the warp threads into two layers to form a shade or to form a tunnel. Right? Revise हो रहा है आप लोगों को, याद आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Yes. गौरव?
Sir.
हाँ, अगर भूल गए हो तो वापस याद करो. गौरव आप म्यूट कर लो, अपने को वापस म्यूट करो. आप बिना बोले म्यूट रखें. जब भी मैं आपको पूछता हूं नाम से तब आप अपने आप को अनम्यूट करें. ये बार बार बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. And only 82 students have joined. So what about the remaining? Because these basic concepts are very, very important. So again, I will request you all to do the efforts to get the 100% attendance, particularly in the first few classes. जब तक हम बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स पढ़ते हैं तब तक सभी लोग अगर ज्वाइन कर सकें तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा. ये आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप इसको बच्चों को मैसेज करें, मोटिवेट करें और एक बार 100% स्ट्रेंथ लाने की कोशिश करें. बट फिर भी अगर किसी को नहीं आना है तो ये उसकी अपनी इच्छा है. बट वी कैन ट्राई टुगेदर. Right? So till now, okay, we were talking about weaving motions. In primary motions, we have taken three: shading, picking, and beating. Shading is the dividing of the warp threads into two layers. क्यों दो लेयर में डिवाइड करते हैं? To form the shade. What is shade? It's a tunnel. Then picking, insertion of a pick to the open shade. Insertion of pick through the open shade, that is known as picking. तो हम shade open क्यों कर रहे हैं? ताकि उससे pick insert हो. तो when we are opening the shade with the help of shading mechanism, what is happening? Few threads are moving in the top layer and few threads are moving in the bottom layer. कुछ टॉप में चले जाते हैं, कुछ बॉटम में चले जाते हैं और इसकी वजह से बीच में एक ओपनिंग, इस तरह से ओपनिंग बन जाता है. जैसे आपने टनल देखी होगी जहां पे ट्रेन निकलती है तो वो ओपनिंग बन गया. फिर वहां से ट्रेन निकलती है तो आप टनल को आप समझ लें. टनल का जो ऊपर, देवी सिंह प्लीज कीप म्यूटेड. देवी सिंह पागल है क्या? देवी सिंह के पास नंबर है देवी सिंह का, उसको कॉल करके बोले कि म्यूट करें. गर्वित
सर,
आप प्लीज नोट डाउन द नेम, कि जिसको भी मैं इस तरह के इंस्ट्रक्शन देता हूँ उसका नाम नोट करें और उसको इन्फॉर्म करें, क्लास के बाद मेरे से बात करें.
ओके सर.
देवी सिंह का नोट कर लें, उसको बोले क्लास के इमीडिएट क्लास खत्म होने के बाद मेरे से बात करें.
Okay, sir.
तो इसको आप ऐसे समझ सकते हैं, जो मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दिया ट्रेन और टनल का, तो उस टनल से जब ट्रेन निकलती है तो ट्रेन को आप समझे पिक, और टनल के ऊपर के पार्ट को टॉप लेयर, टनल के बॉटम पार्ट को जो ग्राउंड है उसको आप समझे बॉटम लेयर। यानी कि कुछ थ्रेड्स को हमने टॉप में लेके गए थ्रू शेडिंग मैकेनिज्म, और कुछ को हमने बॉटम में लिया एक पर्टिकुलर पिक के लिए, और वो पर्टिकुलर पिक वहां से पास हो गया, राइट। देन वी आर डूइंग बीटिंग अप टू द फेल ऑफ द क्लॉथ. The last inserted pick is beaten up to the fall of the cloth, that is known as beating up. और जैसे बीटिंग अप होता है साइमल्टेनियसली टेक अप और लेट ऑफ काम करता है, तो जो एक पिक के ऊपर फैब्रिक बन गया है उसको टेक अप कर लिया जाता है कंटिन्यूसली, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द मेथड ऑफ टेक अप, टाइप ऑफ टेक अप मैकेनिज्म. It may be continuous or it may be intermittent, whatever it is that you will study in FM or you have already studied in FM. We are not going to the details of that. And similarly, let of motion also releases the same amount of warp, and it is a continuous process: shedding, picking, beating, and along with the beating, take off and let off. Auxiliary motions are not involved particularly in fabric production. They are just helping or assisting these motions, or the quality or production of the fabric are assisted by the auxiliary motions. So from all these motions, the most important motion for our point of view is shedding. Why? Anybody?
Without these, fabric cannot be formed.
Yes, Urvasi, yes.
Yes, sir. Without these three motions, fabric cannot be formed.
Right, but I'm saying from these, shedding is most important for a designer or for fabric structure. Why? मुझे पिकिंग लेट ऑफ टैकअप एक डिजाइनर को बहुत ज्यादा कंसर्न नहीं, ओवरऑल कंसर्न है, बिकॉज फाइनली दे आर गोइंग टू इफेक्ट द फैब्रिक. तो मेरा मतलब ये नहीं कि इफेक्ट नहीं है, बट डायरेक्टली वी आर नॉट इफेक्टेड. Only shedding is the most important motion for designing point of view, for fabric structure point of view. Why? Anybody? Non-diploma, diploma, anybody?
सर
Yes, Malika.
सर क्योंकि
Okay, one. Jay Prakash. Okay, Jay Prakash.
सर क्योंकि शेडिंग डिसाइड करता है कौन सा वीविंग, मतलब कौन सा वीव बनेगा, प्लेन वीव बनेगा या ट्विल वीव, वो शेडिंग से हम डिसाइड कर सकते हैं.
Yeah. Be more specific, Jay Prakash. अच्छा आंसर दिया आपने, but इसका स्पेसिफिक आंसर होगा shedding decides which type of interlacement will take place on that particular end and pick. Is it? Malika?
ओके सर.
Malika?
Yes, sir. The order in which the warps are going to be raised,
Yes.
forming the top and bottom layer, sir.
Top and bottom layer, because the top and bottom layer is going to decide interlacement. What type of interlacement will be there?
Yes, sir.
So can anybody answer how many types of interlacement are possible? Means in how many ways warp can be interlaced with weft? Anybody? In how many ways warp can be interlaced? कितने तरीके हो सकते हैं कि वार्प वेफ्ट से इंटरलेस हो सकता है? There are only two. मैं क्वेश्चन आपको कम्युनिकेट नहीं हो पा रहा इसलिए मैं आंसर कर रहा हूं. There are only two. Because warp can be moved either in top layer or it can be moved in bottom layer. Getting the point? Shedding means we are moving the few warp threads in the top layer and few warp threads in the bottom layer to form the shade. Is it clear? Shashank?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
हाँ sir.
Shedding means we are moving the warp threads up and down in top layer and bottom layer. Few threads are moved up, few threads are moved down according to our requirement. Our requirement means what type of interlacement we want to produce on that particular end and pick. Because there are thousands of threads in the warp weaver's beam. There are thousands of threads in the weaver's beam. You have seen the weaver's beam? Sandeep Sahu? Sandeep Sahu. he is not in the class.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Immediate response करो बेटा. आपने वीवर्स बीम देखा है संदीप?
It was. Yes, sir.
तो वीवर्स बीम में क्या होता है? कैसा होता है वीवर्स बीम दिखने में?
Weavers beam
कहाँ
circular
लगता है?
होता है सर.
कहाँ लगता है ये?
Side में दो
कहाँ लगाते हैं
flanges
इसको?
होते
कहाँ
हैं.
लगाते हैं?
Front of the loom.
Back of the loom. वीवर्स बीम.
Sorry, back of the loom, sir.
That you are from diploma or non-diploma?
Diploma.
संदीप तो वास्तव में डिप्लोमा में क्या किया बेटा? Anyway, I don't want to humiliate anybody. Whatever the answer you know, nothing is important for me here. Nothing makes any issue. We will try to again learn. अगर कुछ learning रह गया है तो you have got the admission again here, so you can learn the things. Weavers beam बेटा बैक लूम के बैक में लगता है और जो क्लॉथ बीम है या क्लॉथ रोलर है लूम के फ्रंट में लगता है. ठीक है, क्योंकि फ्रंट में क्लॉथ बन के आ रहा है और पीछे से वार्प आ रहा है. तो वार्प इज वाउंड ऑन ए रोलर and that roller is known as weaver's beam. And thousands of threads according to our requirement, depending on the fabric width, depending on the ends per inch. एक इंच में कितने एंड्स हैं और उसका कितना विड्थ है फैब्रिक का या वीवर्स बीम का, उसके अकॉर्डिंग नंबर ऑफ थ्रेड्स होते हैं. दैट मे बी 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000, any number in thousands. Thousands of threads are wound parallel to each other on a flanged roller that is known as weaver's beam. Class का time खत्म होने वाला है, so we will again take the same topic. We will revise the topic in the next class from Monday at the same time and both the sections together. Till that वशिष्ठ जी का तबीयत ठीक नहीं होता, हम दोनों क्लास को कंबाइन लेंगे और we will try to understand the basic concepts. 3-4 definitions लिखवाई हैं, उसको जरूर समझ लें और लर्न करके आए नेक्स्ट क्लास के अंदर. और बाकी स्टूडेंट्स को भी कन्वे करें कि नेक्स्ट क्लास को ज्वाइन करें तो उनका ज्यादा लॉस नहीं होगा. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you, sir.
Because we have less than 1 minute,
sir.
so we will
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and try to join on time so that we can utilize maximum time. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
स्क्रीनशॉट गर्वित ले लिया होगा आपने, राहुल ले लिया स्क्रीनशॉट?
Thank you, sir. हाँ सर, ले लिया स्क्रीनशॉट.
ओके ओके ओके.